like an eagle, eagle, eagle. Nothing is impossible. Don't take impossible. You're brighter than the stars.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of our podcast. My name is Derek Durrell Dixon.
It's your boy, Shy Guy, Rick Palmer Jr.
And of course, me, Elwood, Mr. Class Ingram.
We're talking
Equals.
Healing.
We are
Helping brothers out.
So how are you gentlemen doing today?
Marvelous.
I'm doing great, man. I feel fanatic.
I feel good. It's always good to come and sit with my brothers and sit here and do what we do.
Yeah, man. Y'all looking good today, too, man.
He's
I walked in the
especially
door. Elwood is smelling like he looking.
Like he bathed today.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Thursdays is like the weekend wash for me, so I'm good until Sunday.
I get it.
So we're just excited today. Like you said, it is Black History Month. And in Black History Month, so much has been going on.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been a lot, man. Ending from January into Black History Month, like it's just been a trail of events, man.
Over and over.
I mean, good and bad though, but it's
Right.
been like an influx of situations.
Right. The hottest story in February was the Jussie Smollett story.
So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
You know, I mean, what do you guys take on it?
You know, I sat back and I looked at it, and, you know, we know allegedly he said that he was attacked.
Right.
At first, we thought by two white men.
Right.
Is what we heard. And then they said racial and homophobic slurs.
Right.
And then they put a rope around his neck. And again, this is all allegedly because we don't know.
Right. I mean, because that's the story that was given. You know,
That's the story that
pretty
was
much
given.
you know,
Right.
what he was telling everybody, and that was such a dramatic and horrendous story, man, that I would hate for anybody to go through.
Right. And the thing is that we all band around him when we heard the story.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that I think that's what the
everybody,
toughest
yeah.
thing is, that we band around him and we were rooting for him. We're still rooting for him.
Yeah.
You know, we're still rooting for him, and we just want to know what is going on.
me personally, it's like I said, I'm definitely the one that does not watch news. My news is World Star Hip Hop. If it makes it there, then that's pretty much my news.
Oh.
Yeah, judge me if you want. Judge
Right.
your uncle in there.
Okay.
But my personal thought on that was, I basically stepped outside of the box and heard, I need help.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it always relates back to drugs. Because another thing that a lot of people failed to actually talk about was during the segment, during all these things that happened, of course, drugs comes back up again. Oh no, these were the guys who actually worked on the set with him on Empire.
Right.
It was reportedly that this is where he was actually getting his drugs from. And then after a few drug exchanges, then these conversations came about.
But do you really
So-
think that it really was about drugs? I think it was about the fact that his concerts weren't selling out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as soon as he did this, all of a sudden everybody was at his concert.
To me, it really resorts all back to money. A lot of times when you get these contracts, you're basically, one day you're working at McDonald's, then you have a producer or someone to come up to you and say, oh, I will give you this. You have great songs. Let's do this. Here, sign here, the dotted line. This comes from people not reading their actual contract to actually know what they're actually going to be able to get later on with their contract, because they never know if it's going to succeed, whether it's going to be low, whether it's going to be high. And then a lot of times as it progresses and you get to be more famous, you get headstrong. So now you want more money, but you've already signed the deal and you know that you're going to get this for this season. You're going to get this for the next season. So
Right.
you have to deal with that and then read your contract. Don't automatically jump into something just because it sounds good.
Rick, what was some of the charges that he had?
He was charged with felony disorder conduct and legislation of filing a false report. And if convicted, that he could see up to 3 years.
3 years.
with
And then the
like
letter
that.
that they had, the letter that supposedly, allegedly again,
Right.
that was sent to the Empire
Station.
Right.
station,
Right.
and it had found out it was aspirin crushed up in it, that he may, again, allegedly could have sent that letter. And that's a federal offense.
I mean, it's definitely a lot of, his interview was so influential and kind of like believable to the point was though, it's making people kind of still have that notion of, is it true or is it not true?
Well, and the thing is, it's because you want to embrace him because first he's black.
Yeah.
You know, the gay community wants to embrace him.
Yeah.
So therefore, you know, you want to believe him and you want this to be true, but there's just too many things that don't add up.
Yeah, I know.
So that's
I mean,
that's what
and
the
you got
issue is.
you got still his castmates that's still backing him too. It's not like people just disowned him. Terrence Howard just tweeted about him and put something on his Instagram saying that we love you, man, we got your back.
Right.
It's just the mere fact that it's so unreal that you would kind of think like, dang, like would he really make this up? So
Right.
I mean, I wonder what the people think, man. Y'all definitely give us comments on this and
Note to self:
let us know what y'all think, because this is a lot.
if you're going to create a crime, don't write a check.
Don't write a check.
Oh, definitely, yeah. See,
Don't write a check.
Right.
that's another thing. Like, did he? That's the thing. Like, it's. They said something about his legal defense that if they were to try to get him off, that there would be 3 things they would have to do, which would be discredit the main witness against him.
Right.
They would have to rebuke the police for saying that it was a hoax of him creating this whole scenery, and then they would have to explain the $3,500 check.
Right. But I think another big mistake too was going on Good Morning America because he went too soon. It was too soon to
Yeah.
go on there and try to, justify everything. And if he would have maybe just laid back and kind of
let it
ride on it for a little bit, not to say
Social
even
media
you know,
would have ate him alive.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing where everything just happens so fast. And
Right.
you know, like I say, I want to wait to see all the facts because we need all the facts. But
Yeah.
I just feel like we need to pray for him.
Yeah, he definitely needs some
know,
prayer. I mean, we don't know where his mind
His
is
situation
right now,
and
you know, we'll see what happens.
March
with that.
14th, he goes back to court. March 14th.
Wow. Pray for the brother, man.
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't
we
know
need to do.
personally, but pray for the brother.
You know,
Najee Rumba.
but you don't gotta know him personally. Just just call out his name and
Absolutely.
pray for him. But another brother we need to pray for is our brother R. Kelly.
Oh, my.
R. Kelly is
Oh,
back
very
in the
touching.
news once again.
Did you hear that this brother violated his he did something even when he got out recently? Like
With the McDonald's.
no, not that.
Got
Like,
himself a McDonald's. I went to McDonald's.
Well, he went straight to McDonald's. I guess he was craving a burger.
Right.
Man, let
They
me get
say
some
when
on
you
fries.
they say when you get out, you crave. So he
He
wanted a
was on
Big
in
Mac
for
and some
3
fries.
days though. He craving for a burger after 3
Well,
days. Of
hey.
That's a lot. Hey, when you eating mystery meat,
Right.
and
A good burger is a good burger.
Man, yeah, he's
Mystery
straight
meat is
shad. Let me
real.
go to McDonald's. I'm gonna put on 3 hoodies and I'm going up in that joke.
Then they say he had financial issues, so he may have been able to only afford the dollar
Man.
the dollar menu.
You couldn't get that filet mignon, huh? Let me go to that. Let me get to that burger joint.
But R.
McDonald's,
Kelly,
we went out money for that too. We just shouted y'all out like 3 times.
Definitely.
Money.
What's actually going on with Kelly trial? Like, I mean, what happened? I know he got out, but what's like the latest on him besides the where he ate at when he got out?
Well, of course, he's facing the 10 counts, and they're all on the sexual charges, of course.
Four different
girls,
right.
4 different girls, which
Man.
Allegedly.
yeah, let's keep that in there.
Right.
Allegedly. And I don't know. It's just so many loopholes again with this case, with this story. Just 10 counts and him possibly beating those counts, and then I don't even think that they're gonna get him on that. I think more so they may get him on the child support.
But let me ask you this: do you think that documentary brought up a lot of things in women because of the fact where we saw that, we watched that? Because I've heard this about R. Kelly, but and when the documentary came out, that's when the focus, or that's when you really thought about it. Did this happen? Because them women to me they weren't under oath, but I just felt like they were telling their truth.
I can see that. I mean, I think that it definitely brought awareness of the situation. It also brought awareness to many other more close to home situations. And I just think that it put R. Kelly in a different light. I mean, people knew of it. I mean, back from when he got married to Aaliyah. I mean, like when she was 15, and then it got annulled or whatever because she was underage. But at the end of the day, like, he kept prospering. He kept moving forward. Because for one, this man has phenomenal music that people still listen to this day. And that's the thing. Like, I even still listen to it. But I'm like, how can you, because of somebody's actions, deter from what has influenced a lot of things in people's lives? Like, music influences in so many different ways. Do you like withdraw from that because of what they did in their personal life? Or do you just continue to do it and they be like, when people hear it, they're like, oh man, you still support him? And you're like, it's music to me.
It's music, but I get it where they feel by you playing the music, you support what he did. So I get what they're saying is when you do that, because I feel that I there's some connection you still have. Yeah. And you don't respect the fact where what happened to, what they're saying, what happened to the women. Right. So I understand if you in the club and that's all they're playing is the R. Kelly music, and then you just watch that.
Yeah, it's a correlation. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's a correlation. I get it. I get it. I mean,
it's a series of things. See, I think I'm going to play devil's advocate. I really feel as though the people who tried to opt him out, a lot of the singers who recorded with him, who already pretty much made their money off of them, for them to go back and say, well, I'm pulling my music.
Yeah.
You already knew about the allegations when you recorded the album.
Yeah, because it's been out years ago.
Exactly. Lady Gaga, when Lady Gaga and they recorded that album, he was already, the Piss on You video, it was like
it was out. Yeah.
It was already out.
Exactly.
This was after a lot of these songs that
the thing is that he got off the first time though.
Yeah.
So therefore,
because
there's like,
but
see, they don't really look at it that way.
So right now he's still not charged with it. So what's making them pull their music now?
The documentary. They don't want to be connected with Brother Kelly.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I get both sides of it. I'm not saying that I support anything that he possibly did. You know, definitely I have a daughter myself. So, I mean, I understand it hits home. But at the same time, his music has been his shadow of his personal life. Why now, after you made your millions or whatever off a record going platinum and going being number one on the billboards, that you like, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this now, whereas though you didn't pull it when the situation was already out there before, no matter if he got off on it or not.
And then there was the fact where he did have to turn himself in, and once he turned himself in, the judge posted R. Kelly's bail at $1 million.
Straight
$1 million.
And you know why, right? You know why? Because every person that they had up on there was like 250,000 a piece, a female or whatever. So
it all resorts back to money. That's
I
basically.
think it's. Do you feel it's the pressure of fame?
Well, being that type of artist, and anytime dealing with those type of fans, you're gonna get people coming from all angles. The state of mind that we're actually in right now, everybody is struggling. Everybody's looking for that microwave quick come up. Everyone is looking for that easy way out. So of course, if you got one of the people who is one of the most prolific singers of all time coming to you and say, oh wow, your daughter sounds great, I would love to work with her.
Right.
Immediately, cash sign.
Right.
You're going to try and cash out on that, and you're going to do whatever you possibly can. That's why a lot of those kids were going to the concerts, were going there, even though they were there with their parents. You paid that money.
Or if they were sneaking in. Or if they were sneaking in with a fake ID.
Exactly.
I mean,
right.
You're looking for that come up. And that's why a lot of stuff I have my own perspectives on a lot of these things. Which one thing about the case, which I'm definitely glad that they're doing, they're seeking that not only Robert goes to jail.
Yeah.
Everyone who was involved in that case goes to jail. And that was immediately my first thought.
Yeah.
So while watching the R. Kelly story, listening to these women, oh my gosh, I apologize because I don't want him to Kevin Hart me 20 years from now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, you don't want that at all, boy. They're gonna hear this.
Right.
Go back to it. Be like, remember 20 years before?
Right.
When you, yeah.
Pull up your tweets.
I immediately went into deep thought and saying, well, where is all of this coming from? Why now? Why all of these tears? Why all of this? Because it was about the money. You knew that this was the guy that was going to bring you out of poverty, and you were going to be able to cash out on him. But I'm definitely glad that they're seeking jail time for everyone who was involved. Because for his manager to say, oh no, I saw some of the tapes, but if I would have saw all of them, I would have said, oh man, what you sick, but I saw a lot of the tapes. You need to go to jail.
Right.
Pretty much half of the women who said, yeah, I knew he was dealing with underage girls, I thought it was just going to be that one time. You need to go to jail too. Because you sought out and you allowed for it to happen. Who did you tell? Who did you report this stuff to? Where did you go? You did nothing.
It seemed to me like all of a sudden now, and not saying that people are trying to like just jump on the bandwagon, but it's like it's one person after the next.
Yeah.
It's like once it started here, it's like now here we go.
Right.
Let's now talk about it. Let's now bring out.
It becomes a domino effect.
Yeah.
It
So
does.
it's like, okay, now is the time. Like,
Because it happened to me too. Well, it happened to me too. So, and we're in a sensitive time. We are in sensitive era right now that whatever you say, whatever you do, you better make sure that you're saying it politically correct.
you getting people that's pulled up every second. I mean, on using inappropriate, especially Caucasian community. You know, if you use the N-word, it's
Right.
But I know that he did have to. There was a bail set at $1 million, and he is now out, as we said, because he was at McDonald's and got him a nice little burger to eat and some fries and a drink. But what's funny is that who bailed him out?
Man, you gotta have good friends.
Because they said that he had money issues.
You gotta get good friends,
So
man.
he had money issues, but now I think the lady has come forward to say who she is. And we have her name.
Yeah, Valencia Love.
Valencia Love loved her some R. Kelly.
47 years old.
And she had a daycare service.
Wow.
So allegedly what she did is she did not up all the money herself.
Yeah.
That she did go to different sources to get the money, to
yeah.
rally up everybody to get the money to get him in.
His lawyer said that he had a hard time even getting the 10% of the million, which is 100,000. So,
but my thing is this: R. Kelly has some money.
Yeah, he got money, man.
But they're saying that Thursday, if he don't come up with $160,000 for back child support, he's going back. So he can't come out and throw all this money out and say something back because he owes Mrs. X Kelly.
He's gonna get it. She's gonna, and that's why I said all resorts back to money, because if you watched on the show when she came out, she said whatever she had to say, and then she brought it right back around. All I want is for you to take care of your kids, pay for your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
money.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you have a lot of money and then you cut the check off. Once you cut that check off, that's when people's feelings, everything arises, and then they start to get attitudes because now they can't support and continue to purchase the lavish life that they were living off of one person. Yeah. So now that he's cut your check and you don't have a backup plan, now you're going after him. Now you're going to CNN. Now you're going to all these other radio stations. Now you're actually trying to get money. His own brother opted him out.
Yeah.
Right.
After his brother said, we're not going to discuss who was actually raping us and who was doing this. But what happened? After you said that, he was getting letters. He was getting phone calls after phone calls after phone calls, which was peer pressure, which was up in the check amount on that. And now what's happening? His own brother has turned completely against him. His brother is now speaking out, whereas though before it was, no, that's my brother. We all have issues. Robert didn't bother anyone. He was a good man. And now he's sick. Robert is sick. He has now he's sick because now he ain't paying you no money now.
But let me ask you a question. Do you think she is right for asking for the money?
Of course.
Yeah, she right.
That's it. That's his
support
kids.
for the kids. Yeah,
that's the
definitely.
kids.
I mean, the kids.
I'm gonna be for the kids 100.
Because a lot of people will think that that a lot of people, when it comes to money, you see it and you trying to get it. He has it.
Yeah.
So they're trying to think now. Oh, now she's just money hungry. She don't have She can't live this lifestyle. She can't have this anything. So now she's gonna go after him and tell all his dirt. But when do we say no? She deserves that.
She deserved the child support for sure. I mean, the kids can't.
But it's
I mean,
deeper than that.
they've been used to a certain way, certain style of living.
You are
know?
right.
So-
You're accustomed to living in a certain
so the kids,
lifestyle.
I can understand. Sometimes, man, these figures that the kid that they set up there for these kids,
Yeah.
like getting like 30,000 a month per kid, and like, what a
30,000
kid
a
hot.
But see, this is what happens because you are on television or you are, say, out in social media, and we're in the social media era, and you're on Facebook and you're on Instagram, and you're showboating about you got this car and you wearing big furs and you got chains and all this kind of stuff.
It's rented.
And then
but
your
see the-
children don't have anything.
Yeah, but
so
see
the
the thing
judge and them, they look at that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they do.
If you're going to showboat about all that, why is your children don't have that?
Yeah, they do look at that. I can understand that. At the same
So
time,
live your
At the
life.
same time, you advertising though. You have to like if you in a certain genre of entertainment and people are giving you things to advertise and you making money out of the advertisement or whatever. I can understand that. At the same time, you don't know what kind of check they getting from
Yeah.
that. They may not be
if they're
getting like
gonna
10% or
Right.
15%.
Showboat their
and,
kids.
and his own industry itself or whatever. Like he been in the game for like since 1980s making music. But we don't know what kind of money he made off his music.
We're going to turn it over just to one final topic we want to talk about, and we're going to make it a positive topic.
Yeah, let's end positive,
So-
man. Start all this drama, man.
Did y'all see the Oscars?
I didn't get to
No.
see it, but I saw some highlights.
You saw some. I watched it.
I saw it on my news on World Star. I saw the important
I
parts.
did watch it, but Mr. Spike Lee
Yes, sir.
won his first
Yes, sir.
Oscar.
Yes,
Give it
sir.
up for Mr. Spike Lee.
Yes, sir.
Every movie that Spike Lee does makes you think.
Yeah, it's
It's
always
always a message
deep.
yes.
deep
Always.
in there
Yes.
that you really got. Sometimes I had to go back and watch School Days. I had to watch School Days like 3 times just to get that end part for him yelling and stuff. Wake up! I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
I know.
Why? Who we waking up? I'm
He
like,
woke
oh, it's
everybody
me.
up, yeah.
Oh, I gotta
let me
wake
get
up.
up.
I get
The
it.
original Stay Woke.
Right. We had, several African American actors that won awards. So that to me is showing that we are evolving and we are moving forward in that field and stuff. So it was great to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially just giving a little history here. It's like he been making films since 1980. Like with his first film being a controversial short called The Answer. You know what I mean? Like, that's been a long time in the game. And then he was first nominated for an Oscar 1990. So he's had several
Opportunities, right.
several
Yeah, several
opportunities to
nominees,
win.
yeah.
Right.
And then to see it this time and see how humble he was in receiving that.
Right.
Like that was just so embracing.
And of course, Project Orange tried to downplay him.
Oh yeah. Well,
He
I
tweeted
mean,
about that.
look,
Downplayed our brother.
man, all I gotta say is that his first film, when that She Gotta Have It,
right.
that right there alone, that was his platform, man. Like when he put that out there, his budget was only like 1,075, and then he made off of it alone box office say $7 million.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my goodness, man, that's just
Prolific.
embracing. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I applaud him tremendously, and everything that he do, he always put his heart and soul into it, and you can tell.
Yeah, definitely. I just wanted him just to practice a little bit
His
more
speech.
of the speech.
He was so excited.
I find
he
comedy.
was.
I find comedy in everything. So I was
Right.
just like,
He was.
I put
He was.
myself in his
He was
shoes.
excited. He
no,
was
no
excited.
shade, brother Spike. I love you, brother.
But the
Spike.
one thing that I do have to say is that I do not feel his speech in any way, as number 45 has said, that it was racist.
yeah, at all.
It was not
Just giving
racist.
facts.
at all.
He was just voicing his opinion.
Yeah.
Again, the wake up.
Right.
We're coming into 2020. Wake up, y'all.
Message.
So it had nothing to do with him. He never mentioned his name.
Yep.
He never said anything as far, so if you took it as a racial slur, you need to wake up.
Yeah.
You need to
Clearly.
wake up.
Yeah.
Now, I did watch the show, and there was no host. As we
Yeah.
all know, that Kevin Hart was supposed to host the show and everything. There
Yeah.
was no host. And I thought that the show moved quickly.
Yeah.
It did move smoothly and everything. So, maybe that's something that they might want to look into and say, hey, we don't need a host.
need a host.
We're doing good.
Yeah, or they might call on Dark and be like, "Hey,
I know
brother
that's
Dixon,
right.
we need you to come on up here and get up on this mic and host this show."
'Cause I could do it.
I know you can.
Okay?
You can
Hey
do
there,
it.
this is Derek Darrell Dixon.
Message.
Well,
Yeah,
listen, we
right.
want to thank y'all for tuning in to our podcast this evening. And I know that Rick has a special word for us.
Oh man, you already know I'm always going to give us a word of the day. So the word of the day here is stop getting frustrated with the process. Be understanding of the obstacles, knowing it make the process that much more rewarding and appreciated.
The process.
The process, man. I
And
mean,
if
so many
people would
people have said
understand-
trust the process.
Yeah.
So which
But-
one was the word?
The word
Oh,
was
it was
all in there.
Oh, so it's all one.
It's all one.
run-on word.
Yeah,
I got
this-
you. I got you.
Okay.
This one.
You something else, Al.
I just wanted to collectively place all the words in there. I just wanted
It's a message.
message.
It's a message. We're going to get up out of here. So we want to appreciate y'all for listening in to our podcast. My name is Derek Darrell Dixon.
I'm your shy guy, Rick Palmer Jr.
And of course, me, Elwood, Mr. Class Ingram.
We're talking.
Equals.
Healing.
We are helping,
Helping
brothers
brothers out.
out.